time we're making love. Whip it on me, pretty baby. Every time we're making love.
Yeah, man.
We were going crazy.
I am like,
I know, we're just like, we were in it, we were there.
Little Henry Lee and the Laveers from San Antonio, an original West Side band sound, amazing. So much came out of the West Side, the San Antonio, the garage bands of the day.
Yeah.
Brings back some memories, doesn't it?
A lot of memories. That's from 1961 or 2, something like that, that song.
How old were you when you started, and why your interest in music?
I can't say for sure, but I knew when I was 5 or 6 years old that that's what I wanted to do. And I had the backing of my grandfather, because my father said, yeah, music, no. But, you know, in those days, you know, the elders ruled, and so they said, that's what he is. He's, you know, make him do that. But I just knew I had to do that, you know.
You had it in your blood.
Yeah, yeah.
And as Barbie and I were talking here about your career span is amazing, because you performed alongside some major, gigantic artists. We mentioned Sonny at the top of the show.
Absolutely.
But you yourself have performed alongside some other bigger names. This is some name dropping.
Sonny was my basic training and graduate class, you know, for being a player and being in the band. We, you know, he demanded a lot, and if you came through, then, you know, you were there, you were in, you know.
Yeah.
So I was very fortunate when I went from there. The old story about the guy came in and he heard the band and blah, blah, blah. Well, the guy came in and he heard the band, he said, I want to book you and I want to record you guys. And well, we went and we were doing quite well monetarily, but these guys didn't want to be away from home. And I said, you want to go be at home and be broke, or do you want to be on the road and make some money?
There you go. Got to get out there. Absolutely.
But anyway, the particular gentleman, his name was Buck Ram, and he's was a very famous songwriter. He wrote 47 of the 50 hits for the Platters. He wrote I'll Be Home for Christmas and various other major hits, and he was my mentor. So I traveled with the Platters. I played with Jerry Butler and Percy Sledge and Peter Noon and the French Symphony Orchestra and the BBC One and BBC Two, and I have had a very nice career, you know, never famous but comfortable, and I was not, you know who brought it up to me when I came back home was Sonny.
Yes.
He says, man, you've done a lot of things that no one around here has done. I said, you has no. He said, you.
Well, 60 years of musical excellence and counting.
Yeah.
And the music business has changed so much since you've begun. What advice do you give those musicians that are out there right now, you know, trying to make it, trying to keep going?
Well, if they want to make a lot of money at it, that they should buy a lotto ticket. You know, that's what they told my son when he went into the radio business. No, but all kidding aside, learn all the music that you can, the basics, the reading. I heard so many of my brothers, man, I don't need to read, man. I got, you know. I said, yeah, but you only get to a certain point and then you're stuck there.
Yeah.
You know, you need to be able to step up from there, from here. And if you don't want to, that's fine, but at least you have the ability. And make sure that, you know, you do your God, you know, given best to not get sidetracked.
Sure.
And we all know, you know, the pitfalls that are
Absolutely.
there, you know, drugs, alcohol, and
Sure,
other
sure.
stuff. You know, so.
Let's talk about your latest CD that's out.
Okay.
Real quick. The title is?
Memories from Little Henry Lee that hadn't done anything in Spanish in 30 or 40 years. And I've been recording with a lot of people. I was with a blues company out of Japan, and we did nothing but blues. I did nothing but blues for about 12, 15 years. So we decided to put something together in Spanish. Well, when I came back here, I moved back here to take care of my mom and went through all the, you know, the cultura thing, you know, and I met John Ontiveros and Mike Torres, and along with the help of my friend Henry Peña, you know, who, you know, we've known each other forever. You know. He said, look, these kids, you know, have some talent, man, you know, you get together with them. And I said, okay, you know, what the heck. And so we kind of built a little studio, and then we added to it and everything, and now it's really moving along. And they said, well, you should do something in Spanish.
And
so
you
there
did.
you go, you know.
Well, good. We look forward to hearing some more about it in just a couple of minutes. And of course, we got Sonny in the house as well. So
Yeah.
we got more music coming up on Domingo Live. Of course, you're going to hear Little Henry Lee again with some more music in a couple of minutes. And más información y más mensajes coming up on Domingo Live. So stick around. Okay. And you stick around too at home. We'll be right back with más Domingo Live.
Whip it on me, pretty baby.